this is a little awkward, so...
Oh my God.
Oh boy. Hey, hang in there. Hang in there. Thank God.
Chuck got him killed.
Bryce.
What's up, jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into episode number 7 of Chuck. Chuck versus the Alma Martyr. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full, unedited, uncut reaction. Link in the description to that. You get it just like this, but a whole lot longer. Usually the episodes are about an hour, so if you enjoy these reactions, you might enjoy them over there. Check them out, see what you think. Hopefully you guys are excited about this episode. Not exactly sure what to expect in here. I mean, Alma Mater makes me think it's going to be something to do with a professor or Bryce or something to do with his college. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys are ready. Hopefully you're excited. Like, comment, subscribe. Pretty much. Here we go. This is what they taught in the school? What the actual hell?
Professor, how can we isolate...
I made a mistake, Black Coat. I copied intel for myself onto a disk. They're after it. I know I shouldn't have.
Holy shit, dude. Secret passage, nice.
Chuck, we have an emergency. No expectorating, no fornicating. But people be getting freaky in the break room? No, no. But I like to know that I had the option.
I love how we do this during the day.
High-def screen sure shows every wrinkle.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Oh,
Twinkle.
shit.
Every twinkle. In her eyes. Wait, asset? He's CIA? My professor was a spy?
The CIA recruits on campuses across the country. Professor Fleming is a company scientist, not an operative.
Happened to me. The guy kicked me out of school.
Okay.
Professor Fleming is one of us.
Maybe you can find somebody else to help you.
Ah, dude. That was low.
Right in a pill.
Please don't touch me. Chuck, come on, man. Let me make it up to you, bro.
But dude, you weren't even...
for the game.
You were awful.
Thanks.
You aimed at his nuts. Chuck has... I've heard people say that, like, I was watching, I watched the first episode reaction of, Blind Waves reaction of Chuck. Because, like, they started doing it, and they talked about the music. Hey, shit, Bryce.
I don't get it, Bryce. Why are you doing this? You did this to yourself.
Maybe Bryce tried to recruit him and he said no. And it's kind of like you don't say no to us.
What? I just flashed on myself. We can't even eat lunch together anymore.
Holy hell, everybody's
No
eating
more
lunch.
Wednesday, Friday, surf and turf? Harry Tang is drunk with power.
Because you're soft. Like pudding.
He pokes him in the tummy and licks his fingers. Okay.
You may be aware, I keep an answer key to every exam locked inside this office.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Really? Then how do you explain the midterm answer key being found in your fraternity room?
Look, whoever gave you your tip was lying.
Our source was Bryce Larkin, your roommate.
Damn, that's messed up. Okay, he wasn't even at home. Hide yourself. Don't.
Hey!
What the? Why would you do that?
Glass castle! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, but it's Chuck.
Didn't they train you?
I mostly just stay in the car.
Next time, if it's a dangerous situation, say, are you coming to the toga party?
He's gonna die.
real code phrase. I like it. That's awesome.
So what are we doing now? Who's bringing me in?
Oh, right. Yeah. So, Sarah and Casey, we'll do that. But this is a little awkward. So.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. Hey, hang in there. Hang in there. Thank God.
Chuck got him killed.
Bryce!
Come on, over here.
You saw
Man
where
down! Man down! Help me! Help! Hey, hey, come on! Come on!
Dead man, Chuck Bartowski.
what did you see? So they were like friends. Like legit, like real friends. Like and they're fraternity brothers, so right? Is that they were in a frat?
You know what the numbers mean?
It's
They're for
a
a book in the Stanford library. Bryce had a place where he would stash stuff, right? I bet he told Fleming about it. So call me if any rabid Stanford fans decide to put Austin on the hospital. Have fun.
Bye.
I like this episode. It's probably my favorite episode thus far of the 7
Plant a Stanford
we've
tree.
seen so far.
Create a renewable resource for your children's future.
You want to save our environment, huh? Take a shower, hippie.
I mean, you're also using paper. So,
Nice
you know.
job blending in with the crowd. Who you rooting for, Death? It was the worst day of my life. Getting kicked out of here. Having to hear Ellie's voice when I told her I was coming home. Packing up all my stuff and leaving as Bryce just stood there. Said I brought it on myself.
Why do you think that Bryce betrayed you?
I don't know. He's had 4 years to call and set the record straight. Now that he's gone... You know what? Forget it. Bryce has betrayed a lot of people, hasn't he?
Different. Maybe it's the new monogram shirt. Maybe it's just the cut of your slacks.
Holy.
I hope you plan
I thought she was
other
cupping
changes
his
around the
area.
time more. In fact, I can't wait for your next massive, invasive move.
It wouldn't be the book. It'd be right above the book.
Hold on a second.
$194.68 in late fees.
You shitting me?
Back door, Chuck.
Where'd the guy? That was a mistake.
Because they suck so hard.
That was a poor editing choice. The guy just isn't there now.
All right, they spotted us. Okay, we have to go.
I swear the school has it in for me.
Come on.
That guy is wasted, man. First off, you're not cops, so why would you say, "Hey, you, freeze"?
Looking for something, Mr. Grimes?
Oh, what a dick!
Are you kidding me? You betrayed us?
What is happening in this
Nice
episode?
try, Pudding.
The episode was going so well.
I'm not
What is
afraid of
happening?
you, Harry, okay? You can't fire me.
This. We'll cover you.
Wow.
All right, computers, here we go.
Oh, he's going to go see. He wants to go see. Come on, dude. Go. You should have gone home, man. You should have just bailed.
Are you coming to the toga party?
Holy shit, really? Oh my god, he's calling for fucking backup of the like the new recruits that are here at the school. That is so cool.
Call the cavalry.
Good.
They're
I
like,
only had one shot left.
he said she had half a.
Aren't you an econ with me?
This is so stupid.
You must be Chuck Bartowski. I just got your message. Are you okay?
I'm just glad you checked your voicemail.
Very curious about this.
Test subject 0326, Bartowski. This will be his first interview. Send Chuck in. Bryce. This isn't a good time. I'm waiting for another student.
Chuck Bartowski? You never got your message.
What are you talking about?
You put Chuck on the CIA recruitment track.
It's not up to me, Bryce, but they want him for the Omaha project.
It's a military operation. They'll turn Chuck
I'm
into...
required to send all the top test results to the agency.
I want my friend out of this.
he's a perfect candidate.
Holy
Keywords
shit.
in his essay responses correlate to 98% of the subliminal
They were gonna-
images in the exam.
You don't get it.
I saved him.
Chuck's a good person. He's got too much heart for this kind of work.
Oh, the stuff you threw away. Dude, that's crazy, dude. He's been going years thinking Bryce was his like best friend.
This girl Jill on my floor is nuts about EverQuest.
Are you serious?
If you want, you can meet her.
Really? Right now?
Why the
Yeah,
Jill?
she's
Why
over
did?
the block.
Why'd you steal Jill?
I would very much
No.
love to meet her.
Need some help?
No, oh no, I'm fine.
I'm thinking Jill was bad.
You know,
Well, that was episode number 7, Chuck versus the Alma Mater. The best episode of the season so far. I very much enjoyed that. I don't know how good episodes are gonna get in Chuck, so I don't know if this is like what would be the equivalent of a 9 or anything. So I'm not gonna give it a 9 or anything because I don't know how the episodes are gonna go. But it's the best episode of the series. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. There were a few things I didn't like, hiccups here and there, but nothing too major. The Bryce stuff, the story being told, was all really, really good. The weakest part would probably be everything had to buy more with Morgan. I don't love Morgan as a character. I get it. He's that like loser kind of friend, or that, not a loser kind of friend, but like that friend who in life, you know, you just kind of stick with him, but he's never really taken things very serious. But I enjoyed the episode a lot. Starts off right out the gate where we meet a professor and he's essentially showing these images, like kind of doing something like with the intersect with the images, right? And it leaves you kind of going, whoa, hey, this is the girl that saved him at the end. Because he copied some files onto a disk, onto a disk. I'm guessing he took those files and he was showing them in his class. I don't know what he was doing with the files, but some bad people wanted him. They came after him. The secondary story is the thing with Yang. What's his name? What's the guy's name? Harry Tang. And I don't really care about any of that. That was all fine. It was all the spy stuff and the school stuff that made it interesting. We find out that Chuck's name was in the intersect somehow. He flashes on his ID. When did he flash on his ID? He flashes on his ID later in the episode, but it's like the schools are having the rivalry game, Stanford, UCLA. Maybe that's a real, I'm guessing it's probably a real rivalry game in real life. This is Chuck kind of throwing all the stuff away that he had any kind of connection to Bryce. We're getting these flashbacks to him at school. You're seeing Bryce tell him, you did this to yourself. Chuck flashes on his ID. Therefore, Chuck's like, wait a minute. I flashed on the ID. Why am I flashing on me? That doesn't make any sense. But the episode, we're trying to figure out why exactly is Chuck in the intersect. Chuck wants to know why. We meet the bad guy. Bad guy fights with a crossbow. Okay, fuck it. A crossbow. You know, not a silent pistol or anything like that, but a crossbow. The Harry Tang stuff, it's about he's like rich with power. He's doing all these changes to the work schedule, the lunch schedules, the way things are going to be, how you can act, all this stuff. Essentially being the bad guy for the sake of being the bad guy. The poking of the tummy thing was a bit weird. He poked Morgan in the tummy. Then he pretended to lick his finger. Whatever. Oh, we didn't find out if the teacher made it. I'm guessing he did, because they didn't make a point out of him being murdered. Then we go back to the flashback. Chuck in the office. Chuck talks. So Chuck getting a perfect score. So Chuck got a perfect score on this test. Perfect score. He's got an A. Now that he was saying that he cheated, because he cheated, they got to kick him out. We go back here with the game. The game is interesting. I think it'd be a fun game to play for, like, I don't know, a YouTube video. Like, first person to like name as many shows as possible. That'd be fun. The teacher, all this stuff with the, oh, you're part of the agency as well. All this stuff. Then this interesting moment where the guy like leans over and just like, hey man, we didn't really know each other like that. It's okay. The dude's got shot with an arrow. Go from there. We essentially, his sister, what's his sister's name again? Trying to blank on his sister's name. Ellie. Ellie wants Chuck to go to school, like just to go back and like kind of like go through the things and remember and like get over the memory, like try to see if it helps him move past it. Chuck sees the book. Chuck knows what the paper that the guy gave him is, and it turns out to be a book. I thought that was actually a really interesting way of doing things. Then we see more flashbacks, interesting stuff. The school, we head to the school, we meet interesting random characters or random students who are having fun. We go into the library. So this is one of the mistakes. That's metal detectors. That's a metal detector, yet they didn't go off when the guns went by. Okay, that's a mistake. Next, we get introduced to this guy. This random, this guy. Honestly, 100% pointless. 100% pointless. He comes into play in nothing for one moment of, hey, you owe money on this book. Okay, and then the credit card joke. Yeah, it wasn't worth it, you know. It's a very awkward and random scene with a character. It was meant to add mystery to the to who Chuck was, but then it had a horrible transition of when they started shooting. Like the guy was just not there. It was like a random scene. It was, I will say it's more poor editing on whoever edited the episode, but that's just me. We have this thing about getting the controller from Tang. We want this girl's name, Anna. She's essentially flirting with Tang about stuff. They find the thing. So this is the weird transition, right? So we're here. Random dude shows up about thing. Library, where is it? He's here about the overdue library book, but then he's legitimately gone in like the next scene, so it doesn't really make any sense.
Get out of here before Magnus realizes that book he has is worthless.
Hey, you!
Yeah, here?
Charles Bartowski.
Yeah, we get this scene, but then...
You still owe the library $294.68 in late fees.
Okay, we're in the scene. He does the joke about the credit cards. Okay.
Do you take credit cards? This isn't funny.
And then... Chuck run.
Chuck, run.
Guy's gone. And it's never brought up again. It was literally meant for that moment, and I don't think it just didn't work. It was just a weird moment. And the episode was going so well, and I'm just like, why is this weird moment? Whatever, we move on from that. Chuck runs through the courtyard. He's running. Oh, this is another weird moment. Why? Like this, it felt so forced. Like this, he screwed him over to get a yellow shirt. Was that what this was? It felt weird. It felt random. I didn't get it. Whatever. I guess he's hungry at power. We have a shootout happening. I thought this was really cool when Chuck's calling all the people, like all the students that would be at the school that are part of the CIA's like program, and he's kind of giving them the code word of where to go and everything. I enjoyed all that. Morgan in the Bymore, Morgan again bothering Chuck, which I don't mind when Morgan bothers Chuck because it feels like a friend, old school friend who calls you at bad times kind of thing. I like that. We're about to essentially, they're in a bad situation. They're about to lose it, and then randomly 4 kids show up. Awkward scene. Not as cool as I thought it was gonna be. Awkward scene. Morgan blackmail to get what he wants. One random girl saves Chuck. Chuck talks about it felt good to go back, kind of push things behind kind of thing. And then we see the video. The video is probably the best part of the entire episode. Because you see Bryce, you see him talking. You find out exactly what happened, why Chuck got kicked out of school, why Bryce did what he did. And then it turns out Chuck had it all wrong. Bryce was protecting him. Bryce was trying to save him from living this life of being this corporate spy and being forced to do all these things because they weren't going to give you a choice. Kind of like that one guy from that one episode for a couple episodes ago where he was got taken at a young age and put into the system. Yeah, like it's very well directed, very well paced. I love this whole ending, the whole Bryce figuring things, like Chuck figuring things out, because then you have to really be like, wait a minute, Bryce was literally Chuck's best friend beyond Morgan, and for how many years? 5 years? 6 years? Chuck has thought he's hated Bryce and never knew what the hell happened, why Bryce did it. Now you find out it's like he was saving you. And now Chuck can't even tell Bryce anything. That's sad. Very sad. And I like it. And then you get a moment of them hanging out and first time they met. And then it got me thinking about the Jill character, because that's the girl that Chuck was dating and then Bryce stole her from him. Why? What's the reason for that? Maybe she was working for CIA and her whole thing was to get him involved, to get him to become a spy. I don't know. I enjoyed the episode though. I thought the episode was really good. So, I mean, really good in comparison to the other episodes, which is why I'm giving it a 5. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes early. Link in the description. All that good stuff over there. Highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.